Oh my god! $100,000 I saved for Ryan's university expenses is gone. Do you have any idea where it is?
You found out already? That was quick.
It was you?
That's right, I took it all.
Why?
To use it to my girlfriend.
Huh?
Do you know the word investment?
I don't care about that right now, so give me back the money.
Don't you think we should use the money to bet on a promising young person? It's $100,000. That's a lot of money, and we need to use it at the right timing.
What are you talking about?
I've been cheating. I've been cheating on you for the last 10 years.
I know.
What? You knew? You knew but didn't say anything to me?
I was just trying to stand until Ryan graduates from university. I didn't want to interfere with his exams because of parents' problem.
Actually, my girlfriend has a brilliant son the same age as Ryan. And what a surprise, he got into a private medical school.
So what?
An idiot like you wouldn't understand, but medical school costs a lot of money. Besides, it's a private school.
So?
I'm going to invest the money we've been saving for Ryan to a future doctor. An ordinary Ryan or a future doctor, it's obvious which one will be more useful to this country in the future. Putting money on the one who has potential is the basis of investment.
I didn't work to earn tuition money for other people's child. I have been saving money for Ryan, not for the country or investment. How can this happen?
Children are the treasure of our society. Let's raise them together as a nation.
Whatever, just give it back to me now.
Are you even American? I mean, Ryan won't pass anyway.
That's not true. He's working really hard. Besides, the state university will announce the results soon. If he passes, he needs the money by August.
Don't worry, he's going to fail. He's our child, remember? A black hen won't lay a white egg.
You don't even know how hard he studies.
There's no point in trying. I'd even like to get the pencil and notebook expenses back. You've been restricting me too, like turning off the TV at night for him and all that. He's causing me so much trouble.
I can't believe you say that to your own son.
Which would you rather have as a son, a future doctor or an ordinary employee with a low income?
As long as he's healthy and lives his own life, that's all matters to me.
Don't make me laugh. You can't even make a living by dreaming.
So the girl you're having an affair with is a single parent?
That's right.
How can she think to let her child go to a private medical school?
I was going to pay it from the beginning.
Huh?
I mean, of course, I knew you were saving every last penny. My plan was to get it all at the right time. It's a wise choice to put your money on the better man as an adult, right?
Oh my god, I want to get rid of you.
I don't need to spend it on my brain-dead son, so if you have a problem with that, get divorced.
Excuse me?
You don't want to get divorced that much.
Not that. Correct what you said about brain-dead son.
Don't be mad at me, it's true.
Be a doctor's father or whatever you want.
As you wish. That stupid son won't be able to support me in the future. It's a hard decision for me too.
If you insult him any further, I'll threaten you.
How scary.
Just get me back my money.
I already used it to the medical school.
Are you serious?
I'm sorry, Ryan, but tell him get to a high school diploma and hang in there. If he wants to hate me, he should hate himself for not having the brains to become a high doctor. The world is cruel, you know. I'm glad he got a lesson in reality which he's still in high school.
Go to the court. We're getting divorced.
I'd be happy to. I'm selling that house, so get the hell out. You parasitic wife and son. You've got to be kidding me. You've sent a certified mail to the company? You didn't need a lawyer.
That's because you didn't give me your address.
I thought you'd come in here asking for your money back. It's against the rules to send it to the company.
But it's too much of you to hit Ryan.
It's because you made me angry.
It's the problem between you and me, isn't it?
If only he wasn't here, you wouldn't be fussing about money, money, money.
He's in the hospital. He's probably traumatized from his father's violence.
The world is tough. Tell him it's my gift.
How could you do this to us? You're not a human.
You know what my boss said to me? He asked me if I'm not getting involved in any problems regarding that certified letter or lawyer. What if it affects my career?
It's your fault. I just want my money back.
If we're getting divorced, even if it's just tuition money for the kid, it's still a part of property division.
I know that because I asked my lawyer too, but if you have any conscience, I want it back.
I don't have any, so I can't give it back.
Then I'll call the cops.
What?
If you complain about receiving a certified mail, I wonder what your boss would say if it becomes a police matter. Not just your boss, but the president might know too, and you might get fired.
Are you threatening me?
I'm negotiating.
There's no proof I hit him.
There isn't, but if Ryan himself files a report, they'll believe him.
Whatever.
What?
It's true that I hit him, but Ryan is still my son. If he gets cocky, I'll tell them I was teaching him, and if it's my first offense, I won't get into jail.
You don't mind if you get caught? You'll get fired.
I'd quit my job. I'd work part-time, eat whatever I could for a few years. As long as that kid becomes a doctor, I don't mind if I have to work a little harder now.
How can you be so dependent on someone else's son? I despise you from the bottom of my heart.
He's going to be my son from now on. He can go to the medical school with the tuition I paid for him. What's wrong with it?
It's the money we saved for Ryan.
You're persistent. Also, the mail said something about child support for the remaining 2 years, but I'm not paying that either.
I didn't expect you to, but you're also abandoning your parental duties.
My son is the only one, this future doctor. I don't know anything about brain-dead son.
Okay, that's enough. I'll do whatever it takes to send Ryan to university and make sure he graduates.
It's like throwing money down the drain.
I don't need the child support and you don't need to pay me back the tuition anymore.
Are you sure?
In exchange, don't reach me again.
Of course not. I don't have anything for you guys.
Promise?
Yeah. I'd like to ask you to do the same for me.
You won't regret it?
No.
I hope so.
Wendy, help me.
Who are you? Don't call me by my name.
It's Daniel. Have you forgotten your ex-husband?
Oh, a loser. What do you want?
How dare you? I got arrested and got a criminal record because of you 10 years ago.
It's your fault. You beat my son and injured him, but you didn't have to go to jail. And that criminal record is not a big deal.
I've been patient for 3 years.
The judiciary was too lenient. I would have buried you deep in the ground with the heavy machinery.
Hey, I really need help right now. Can you help me?
What's this about? I told you not to reach me again.
I saw Ryan in the magazine.
I knew it.
He's wonderful. #1 young entrepreneur in the US.
I'm busy. Bye. I'm blocking you.
Wait, can you lend me $200? I really need it this month.
You're living like you can't afford $200?
I'm ashamed to admit it.
What happened to that future doctor you were so proud of? I thought you said he'd take care of you. Didn't you say your future was secure?
Even though I got him into the medical school, he failed the national medical exam.
I've heard that 90% of doctors pass.
But he was the rest of 10%.
Well, it's none of my business, so I don't really care.
I borrowed all the money I had to pay for medical school, except for the one I paid for by myself. Now I'm busy paying that back. It's not what I heard. $100,000 wasn't even close.
I'm sure a private medical school would cost more.
You knew and you didn't tell me?
It was about another child. It's none of my business.
I'm in debt because you didn't warn me. That stupid son plays around and doesn't work. Plus, he's in trouble with the police.
I'm sure your parents are devastated. I feel sorry.
I know. You would understand me, right?
You don't get my sarcasm? I'm not interested.
I'm the one who raised Ryan. I earned it. I fed him. It should be okay to take a little bit of the credit. He's old enough to give back to his parents.
What are you talking about? Have you forgotten what you did?
That's why I'm apologizing.
Where's the apology? I'm looking back now and I don't see any apology. Besides, even if you apologize now, it's too late.
Which university did he go to?
UCLA.
What? Was he that smart?
He was ranked first in his high school.
I didn't know.
You were too busy cheating and wasn't really interested in Ryan or me. You were only home when he was sleeping.
That's because you insisted on telling me to turn off the TV or to stop being so loud.
I endured a painful marriage just for the entrance exam, but you ran away with the money.
What did you do with the tuition money?
He got selected for a tuition waiver because of his good result in the entrance exam. He didn't want me to suffer, so he worked really hard. He's a really devoted son, isn't he?
What?
He's been a good student all 4 years. I'm proud of him.
Oh no.
Of course, if it's a single-parent family and the income is low, you can get some support, but he earned it on his own.
So, you didn't have a hard time making ends meet?
Even though tuition was free, he still had to live on his own, so I had to send money every month. But he earned enough money from his tutoring job to pay for his own living expenses.
Wow, I'm proud of him.
Don't be. Did you forget what you said 10 years ago? You told me that your only son was the future doctor and that you didn't know any other sons of brain dead.
How can you remember such a long time ago? Hey, you know what? We should start over.
I've seen something like this on YouTube, but I didn't expect it to see it in reality.
I want to support him. I can help him with his work if he wants.
Why are you looking down on him? There's no way he would hire a bum like you. Besides, he doesn't need that kind of support. He has a lot of good friends now.
You're just trying to take all the benefits, aren't you? You're scared because your income will be less if I show up.
Excuse me? He worked hard and got the results. I still work for the same company as I did 10 years ago. I don't depend on him at all.
Oh, I thought you live in a mansion and eat steak every day. How can you stay with that living in such poverty when you're the mother of a famous entrepreneur?
He keeps telling me to come to LA, but he has his own life. I want him to be happy without worrying about me.
Yeah, you're a splendid mother. But I'm different. If my son is rich, I'll depend on him. Give me his phone number.
No, don't bother him.
I'm in a hurry. I don't have time.
Why are you in a hurry?
I'm being chased by bad guys.
What did you do?
I borrowed money, but the interest rate is too high and I can't pay back. If I don't pay them back, they'll drown me in the ocean.
What is this, a cartoon?
I can't believe it either. They're really coming after me. I'm about to have a nervous breakdown because no matter where I go, they always catch me up.
Are you still cheating with the woman?
She left with a guy and forced me to clear the debts. That's why they're after me.
The son got into a medical school, but he went wrong and his mother ran away. How can this happen?
Right? It's terrible, isn't it?
Are you having enough food?
I've got less than 50 cents in my pocket. I've been drinking water from the park since yesterday.
Do you have a place to sleep?
I don't have money to stay at a motel, so I'm staying in the field. It gets cold at night, so it's pretty tough on my 57-year-old body.
I see. It sounds tough.
This is hell. You would understand me, right?
Nope, I'm just wondering if there's a better ending than this. I can't stop laughing. Ha 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 ha. Oh, such a cartoonish story really exists.
Huh?
Because you're falling on your own without my intervention. And on top of that, those guys are punishing you, right? I can't be more grateful.
What are you talking about?
It's great that I can get revenge so easily. I'll be so happy if you sink in the ocean.
You and I are strangers, but I'm Ryan's father, you know. Could you tell him that his father is suffering?
He's a calm and gentle boy, but he's got more anger towards you than anyone else. He won't let you in if you visit him. That's his answer.
You're kidding me.
How many times I wanted to take revenge on you, but no matter what I do, I'm going to cause trouble for Ryan. I was wondering for a long time, but I'm glad to know you've fallen this far. Thank you. And thanks to those guys too.
No, this is not the life I wanted. I should have been living an elegant life with the doctor's son, money by now. How did it all come to this?
If we had been able to support Ryan as a normal couple, you might have had a different view by now. Too bad.
Please, let me talk to him. I'm sure he'll understand if I talk to him. It's unbearable that I have such a man's blood in my veins. Huh? This is Ryan. You're there? Did you forget what day it is today? Let's see, It's Mom's birthday. I'm back home. Such a good son. Then why don't you show a little appreciation to your dad too? You've grown up and you've come to appreciate your parents, haven't you? Well, I don't have a father, so can I ask you not to call yourself like that from now on? Don't say it like that. Do you think I'll ever forget the day you hit me and said, "You're in my way"? If you think I'm someone who appreciates being hit, then I'm really offended. That was my bad. I don't need an apology or anything. That's for people who have a relationship. We are irrelevant. That's too cold. How dare you talk like that to your parent? Shut up. I'd rather be raised by monkeys deep in the mountains than having a parent like you. Just the thought of being blood related to a skimbag like you makes me pissed off. You. Fuck off and don't ever appear in front of me and Mom again. Hey, Ryan, please. I used to be a top salesman. Hire me in your company. How about $500,000 a year? If you give me that much, I can pay off my debt in 5 years.
I guess that message didn't reach him.
He didn't see it?
It's not worth showing it. You said earlier it was hell. If you can drink water from the park and have a phone, then you're not in hell yet.
What?
I wonder what kind of place hell is. Go on, have fun. Oh, I don't need souvenirs. You don't have to come back. You should see the bottom of the ocean.
Don't give up on me. Help me out.
Daniel continued to run away, but he ran out of money and couldn't get away, so they finally caught him. Luckily, he wasn't killed. I heard that he is now working at a resort facility called Takebeya in the mountains. It is a very nice place where they provide food, clothing, and room, and almost all of his salary is used to repay the debt. I am excited that he will never finish paying back the loan because it is in the hundreds of millions of dollars. I will never have to see him ever again. I couldn't be any happier. Ryan's company seems to be developing well. It's good to work, but as long as he's doing well, that's what makes me happy. And while I'm at it, he gave me a gift of trip to go to Japan. I'm so happy and enjoying it.
Happy birthday, Mom! The 50th birthday is a huge one to celebrate. I left your birthday present on the living room table.
Thank you. I just arrived home from now, so let's see what you got me. What is the meaning of this? What are you saying? Gifting me this divorce papers.
I'm telling you to get a divorce, duh. I don't want an old lady as a mother. You should just get a divorce and go off somewhere.
Why would you say such mean things?
That's because you've caused me so much embarrassment. You came to cheer me on my game when I told you not to go because you'd embarrass me.
That's because I had a bunch of PTA stuff to handle as well. Of course, I can't just go because of what you told me. Plus, I wanted to see you out there in person.
Nobody asked you to. Because of that, my crush commented on how old you are. Do you understand how embarrassing that is for me? Nobody but me has a mother who decided to have kids at an old age. This was one thing that I wanted to hide from him, so I need you to get a divorce with Dad. As I said before, I don't need an old lady as a mother. You'd listen to the request of your cute daughter, right?
Well, you've given me the best present ever.
Huh?
I didn't know you hated your mother that badly, Madison. If that's the case, then of course I'll get a divorce. I'll sign the papers immediately.
Wait, you'd get a divorce with Dad?
What are you all hesitant about now? You're the one who prepared the papers for me.
Yeah, but you agreed with it way too easily. I thought you'd argue more about it and not agree to my request that smoothly.
I had been thinking about getting a divorce with your dad for a while now, so I figured that this would be a good chance to do so.
Really?
I figured you'd find out eventually, so might as well tell you. It turns out your dad has a young girlfriend.
Wait, he's been cheating?
Exactly. So I am gonna get a divorce. My daughter hates me and my husband is cheating on me. There's no reason for me to stay in this family any longer.
This is hilarious. Your husband and daughter not like you are way too pathetic. You are a pathetic mom.
I am. My child who I gave birth to gave me divorce papers. It kinda hurts, honestly.
A wrinkly head like you wouldn't be phased out as something like this. Anyways, after you sign the papers, make sure you start packing your things. You have no place in this house anymore, you hag.
How long have you known I've been cheating on you, Lily?
About a half a year ago, I think, when I was taking care of some shopping for some PDA business in the next town over, I saw you guys.
Oh, come on. I thought I was careful with the locations. I didn't expect you to be there at all.
We are getting a divorce, right? Don't you say that you don't want to.
Of course I'm fine with it. I'm happy that this is happening since I plan to do it myself eventually. I didn't expect to be able to get a divorce this quickly.
Wow, so she wasn't just for some fun then. Well, I guess you didn't pick her over your wife.
Of course I did. A younger woman is much better to be around than some hag. Besides, our daughter is overjoyed with having a younger mother.
So she caught you up with everything, it seems.
I showed her a picture of her new mom and she was so excited. A pretty woman like her is going to be her mother.
Good for her then. Now about what's going to happen from here on out. I will not be paying for childcare. In return, I won't be requesting consultation money from you. Is that okay with you?
Yeah, sure. I'll sign the divorce papers and submit them. I'll even submit them today.
Well then, thanks for everything, and have fun with your new family.
Having a young mom is so great. She's so pretty and living with her has been so great. All the food she makes looks so fancy. I post all of them on Instagram.
I'm glad you guys are getting along so well.
We're so close, it's almost like we're mother and daughter, or maybe best friends. I've always wanted a parent who was like a friend. A 50-year-old hag could never be that. I'm so glad that my new mother is here.
My apologies for not being able to be your friend.
I asked her to come to my next game. If it was you, I would have never asked you, but she's so young and pretty, she can. I'm sure I can win with a young, beautiful mother cheering me on. I plan on showing off so that she'll give me so much praise.
I hope you do your best then, but I doubt you'll be able to focus in your match.
Hey, just because we get along so well doesn't mean you should get jealous and say mean things. A hag getting jealous is just too painful to see.
Uh-huh.
Well, I guess it can't be helped. You're all alone from now on. I'm guessing you're not sure what to do once you grow older. It can't be helped that you are so jealous.
You seem to be in the highest of moods. I sat here listening to your talk only for you to insult the person who gave birth to you?
You got a divorce, so you have no right to act like a mother to me now. I'm not your kid anymore, so don't rely on me to take care of you in the future. If you have this much time to try to act all motherly, then you should use that time to plan out your lonely life after retirement.
I'm already prepared to live alone, so you don't have to worry about that. So could we stop this now? I don't want to involve myself with you any longer.
A lonely hag is trying her best to appear strong and independent.
Whatever happens to you, I'm no longer your mother, so don't contact me. No matter how sad or hopeless you feel, I am not coming back.
Who would miss you? I'm so happy at the thought of never having to see your face ever again. I'm so excited for my next game anyways. Everyone will so be jealous of me.
We'll see about that.
Uh-huh.
Well, good luck with your game. I pray that you have an eventful day.
What do I do, Mom? I don't think I can continue on being on the soccer team. I don't think I can even go to school anymore. I don't want to see anybody anymore.
What?
How did this happen? I thought today was gonna be the best day ever. I was gonna brag about my mom and win the game. It was going to be so amazing.
It seemed to be that way until it didn't. I'm still not entirely sure of what's going on, though.
Everyone is so mean, Mom. When I brought my new mom to show everyone, nobody wanted to talk to me. When I went to talk to my teammate, they told me to stay away because they wanted to focus.
Oh my, what happened? You got along with everyone at the team.
We lost the game, and they all blamed me for it. They said that I was so distracted with bringing my new mom, I wasn't focused on the game. They told me that they don't want to be teammates with someone who would kick their parents out. Why do I have to be told such mean things?
Wow, that sounded like a really bad day.
How does everybody know that I kicked you out anyways? I know I told my friends about the divorce, but still. I know I told people about my new mother, but still, I haven't told anybody about kicking you out.
I'm sure everyone heard from their parents. I did tell all the parents at the PTA meeting about the divorce.
Wait, really?
The parents of your teammates were also there too, since we also take care of your soccer team. I had to apologize for having to leave them. I, of course, had to tell them the reason why I'm leaving is because I'm getting a divorce, and mentioned about how my daughter and husband left me.
You're kidding, right?
Everybody got so sad and cried for me. There were even some people who said he'd miss me. I'm sure I burdened some people with me being a bit older, but I did try my best to fit in with everyone. I guess my efforts were not in vain, seeing as they respected me.
You were that close to everybody else's mom?
Of course I was. I tried my best to get along with everyone just to be able to support you more.
What?
I understand how you don't like having a mother who is a bit older than everybody else's mother. That's why I tried my best to help you out and not cause you too much trouble socially. To support you, I did my best I could at the PTA regarding your team. I volunteered to do all the shopping tasks that nobody else wanted to do, and I did bring snacks I got from my job for everyone.
You were doing all of that?
I didn't want to drag you down, so I tried to be the most supportive mother for you, and because of that, I've gained the respect of other mothers.
Whoa.
But you decided to toss me out. The parents all probably had their thoughts about the situation and shared it with their children as well. That's probably why they were all so cold towards you today.
So my crush knows everything as well then. He pulled me aside and told me that even in middle school, I should understand how hard it is to give birth at an older age and how much you wanted me to be born. He said he couldn't believe that I would abandon a mother like that.
Wow, he is a very blunt kid, although it's nice to know that there are sweet kids like that out there.
It's all over for me. My teammates hate me and my crush hates me. I don't know what to do. Do something, Mom.
That's not any of my business. I'm not your mother anymore, remember? If you're that upset, go cry about it to your new mother.
I can't do that. She's upset as well. She said that everyone is way too cold towards her and that children's sports are so boring. She suggested I quit and not do anything.
What?
I can't complain to her about all this at all. I want to see you, Mom. It can only be just during games and you can continue the PDA things. But please, come.
I refuse. Doing the PDA things for your club takes up my entire precious weekends. If it wasn't an issue before when I was doing it for my daughter, but I refuse to give it up for my weekend for another person's kid. I'm going to be spending my weekends for myself.
Please, Mom.
You're the one who says you can't go to soccer anymore, so it works out anyways. You worked so hard since elementary, but I guess that ends here. When you leave, make sure you say your thanks and goodbyes to everybody first.
Hey Lily, it's been a while. How have you been doing? I know it's only been a few months since the divorce. I'm sure you've been doing well since you don't have to worry about children anymore.
Huh? Are you trying to make me feel bad? It's annoying. Don't contact me for pointless things like that.
Wait, it's nothing like that, I swear. It's just that there is a lot going on right now and I couldn't help but complain.
What's there to complain about? Aren't you having fun with your new young wife? Everything should be fine with your rosé-colored glasses on.
Honestly, there's a lot of issues going on with us financially. Rather than roses, it's more like dandelions.
You're going through that much?
Just some slight miscalculation. Okay, it was more than a slight miscalculation. I didn't expect to struggle this much, though. My wife isn't making much money.
What?
The money you're making in your 50s and the money she's making in her 20s is completely different. Even with the both of us working, the amount is way too low. I just didn't expect it to affect us this much.
You normally would expect these kinds of things. The older you are with the job experience, the more money you'd make. I'm making $10,000 a month, which is impossible for a 20-year-old to make at an office job.
I admit that I made a mistake in my expectations and calculations since I wasn't thinking about all that. She said she'd continue working, so I figured we'd be okay. But recently she's been saying that she wants to be a stay-at-home mom.
What?
She assumes that what I make would be enough to support us. She wants to retire and just focus on taking care of me and Madison.
I'm starting to smell a suspicious plan brewing.
The amount I make is great and all, but it's nothing compared to what you make, especially with the amount you make with your age and all.
Yeah, you don't get a whole lot from your job.
Plus, we made a lot of money, which made our taxes pretty pricey. That took up all my savings. Even if we get through with just my salary, it'd be barely enough. I wouldn't have enough to even start saving again.
Sounds like a rough time. Madison is starting high school, and that's only gonna be more money for you to spend on her.
That's why I'm begging you. Please help out with childcare.
What?
$1,000 a month. Wait, no, 500 is fine. Please, pay for childcare. I promise only to spend that money on Madison. So please, help us out here.
I will absolutely not. I'm not paying a single cent. Didn't we sign the papers on terms of my not having to pay for childcare? I don't pay for childcare, and you won't give me consolation money.
Yeah, but...
So if I pay for childcare, will you give me consultation money? Is that what I'm hearing? I'm being generous here by not having you pay me a percentage of both your and your wife's salary. Yet here you are begging for childcare. Should I start asking for the money I deserve then?
You're kidding, right? Please don't. We're barely making a living here.
Then don't ask me for money. Simple.
Please, don't be so mean. This is for the sake of the child you gave birth to. Can you forgive yourself if you do this?
Absolutely. She's the one who abandoned me anyways.
But...
I have no love for that child anymore. Whatever happens to you guys, and more specifically, whatever happens to that kid is no longer any of my business. This has nothing to do with my life.
But...
If anything, I really don't like that kid. The fact that she has your blood in her veins makes me hate her.
What? You hate us that much?
Exactly, so don't bother me anymore. Oh, by the way, as my last act of kindness, I'll tell you this. You should keep an eye on Madison. She seems to be struggling with her soccer team.
What? Really?
Your new wife doesn't seem to get along with the other moms at the PTA. If things continue the way it is, Madison will probably quit soccer, even though she's been working hard since elementary.
She was complaining about how many things there are to do for the PTA. But you've been doing it and it was easy, right?
Yeah, they're easy, but there's so much to do for each task. After each game is a get-together planned out, you have to buy drinks or more sports goods, and at the end of each month, you have to have some papers ready to hand out to other moms.
You did all that?
How about you do all that instead then? That way Madison can continue playing soccer. Somebody better hurry and get the mothers to like you or Madison's depression will only get worse.
She's depressed? How haven't I noticed?
While being the director of the company and being a housewife, I was doing all the PTA work while you were out cheating with a younger woman. Try going all through of that first before you start relying on me to save you. Anyways, as a husband and a father, you better do your best you can for your family. Good luck. David immediately went to the PTA to help out Madison's situation, but none of the mothers welcomed him with open arms. Eventually, Madison had to quit soccer due to being unable to handle the tension from her teammates. She gradually became shut in and barely goes to school anymore. As for the wife, she quit her job without further discussion, resulting in fights between her and David from morning to night. From all the eating she does due to stress David goes through, he gained an alarming amount of weight. The stress is starting to affect his working habits as well, completely ruining his chances at a better wage even in his 50s. Eventually, there were so many complaints about his work ethic that he got pressured by his peers to quit. David refuses to do so though, having to take care of his family and spends most of his time at work staring at the ceiling and spacing out. It'll be interesting to see how much longer this family will last.